wonder what life was like for our earliest ancestors? We're not talking about cavemen with clubs. We're going way, way back. 3.6 million years ago, to be exact. Forget what you think you know about human evolution, because a recent discovery in Tanzania is rewriting the entire story. Picture this: the dusty plains of ancient Africa. Roaming these lands isn't Homo sapiens, not even Neanderthals. This is the era of our tiny ancestor, Homo habilis, one of the earliest members of our genus. These guys were small, maybe only 3 to 4 feet tall, but they were resourceful. They were the handymen, the first known species to create and use stone tools. But they weren't the top of the food chain. Not by a long shot. Imagine walking through this ancient landscape. You'd have to watch out for predators we can't even fathom today: saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, and something you'd never expect: a giant ostrich. Yes, you heard that right. This wasn't your average modern ostrich. This was a colossal bird, possibly standing up to 10 feet tall and weighing hundreds of pounds. A single kick from this prehistoric giant could have been deadly for a small hominin like Homo habilis. Life was a constant struggle for survival, a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek. Now, let's talk about that game-changing discovery. At a site called Lutoli in Tanzania, scientists unearthed a set of fossilized footprints perfectly preserved in volcanic ash. These aren't just any footprints. They are 3.6 million years old. For a long time, researchers believed these tracks were made by a species called Australopithecus afarensis, famously represented by the skeleton Lucy. They had ape-like features but walked upright, and we thought they were the only bipedal hominins around at that time. But a new analysis of these ancient tracks has thrown a massive wrench in that theory. A different set of footprints found nearby and from the same time period reveals something startling. The way this individual walked, the shape of their foot, it's different. It's not like Lucy's species. The gait, the cross-stepping motion, it suggests this hominin had a different leg structure, a different way of moving. Who was this mysterious walker? The evidence is pointing towards none other than Homo habilis. If this is true, it's monumental. It means that Homo habilis, or a very close relative, was around much, much earlier than we ever imagined. It also means that at least 2 different types of hominins were walking upright, side by side, on the same ancient African plains. Think about that. It's like finding out that 2 completely different human-like species coexisted, each with their own unique way of walking and surviving. The textbooks on human origins have always presented a neat, linear progression. One species evolves into the next. But this discovery paints a much more complex and fascinating picture. It was a diverse world, a human family bush with many branches rather than a single evolutionary ladder. So what does this mean for our understanding of Homo habilis? We knew they were toolmakers, But this discovery pushes their timeline back and places them in direct competition and interaction with other hominins, like Australopithecus. They weren't just the next step, they were contemporaries. They shared the same resources, faced the same gigantic predators, and carved out their existence in a world filled with giants. Let's revisit that scene. A small band of Homo habilis, armed with their primitive stone choppers. They're trying to butcher a carcass, always looking over their shoulders. It's not just for the massive predators lurking in the tall grass, but also for other hominin groups. And then there's the giant ostrich, Pachystruthio demannescensis, a formidable herbivore that you definitely wouldn't want to provoke. It's a world teeming with life and danger, far more intricate than we ever thought. The stone tools they made, known as the Old Down industry, were simple but effective. They were flakes and cores used for chopping, scraping, and cutting. These tools gave them an edge, allowing them to access new food sources like bone marrow, rich in fat and calories. This was a crucial step in our evolution. That extra energy fueled the development of a larger brain, setting the stage for everything that came after. The discovery of these footprints is like finding a photograph from the deep past. It's a single moment, frozen in time, that tells an incredible story of diversity, competition, and survival. It reminds us that our evolutionary path was not a straight line. It was a messy, branching, and beautiful journey with many different characters, some of whom we are only just beginning to meet. Imagine the scientists carefully brushing away layers of earth to reveal these tracks. It's a direct connection to an individual who lived millions of years ago. We can analyze their stride, estimate their height, and learn how they moved through their world. It's paleoforensics at its finest. Every detail of the printher arch, the heel strike, the toe provides clues about our own origins. This find also raises so many new questions. How did these different hominin species interact? Did they compete for food? Did they avoid each other? Or did they perhaps even cooperate? We don't have the answers yet, but each new fossil, each new set of footprints, brings us a little closer to understanding the incredible saga of human evolution. It shows that 3.6 million years ago, our family tree was bustling with diversity. There wasn't one single missing link, but a whole cast of ancient relatives, each trying to make their way in a perilous world. The story of Homo habilis and their mysterious footprints in Laetoli is a powerful reminder that the history of humanity is still being written, or rather unearthed. So the next time you think about early humans, don't just picture a linear march of progress. Instead, imagine a vibrant, crowded world. A world where our small but clever ancestors, Homo habilis, walked alongside other hominins, dodging giant ostriches and saber-toothed cats, leaving behind nothing but their footprints in the ash for us to find millions of years later. It's a detective story, millions of years in the making, and we're just starting to piece it all together. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back in time as fascinating as I did, Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our incredible past. See you in the next one.